hoping dreams come true is one thing. One person who isn't hoping a dream comes true is Yves Tumor. Yves Tumor, like, I'm surprised, right? I'm really surprised off the bat. Yves Tumor had a fucking nightmare set opening up for Swedish House Mafia. Yves Tumor had a nightmare set opening up for Swedish House Mafia. Now, when I say that, that doesn't sound normal, does it really? What the fuck is Swedish House Mafia got to do with Yves Tumor? It's a strange connection anyway. But allegedly, he's not even playing his actual, like, what do you call it? Prog rock, synth, electronic, whatever genre that he does. That's fucking incredible. It's super high level, right? He's made some amazing albums. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm more of a fan of his like early stuff. The recent albums weren't as good, but still, he's a little bit like Tame Impala. He's created his own genre in a way. Like his music, in my opinion, is his own little genre. Like I call it synth rock pop shit. I don't really know, but it's his own little thing. But incredible album. I think the recent one is called like Kerosene or something. The one that's got Kerosene as a track. There's the one where he's in smoke and he's like crawling like an ant. That one's fucking fire. Really fucking good artist, in my personal opinion. And weirdly enough, before this controversy, I had seen on Berghain, maybe it was for like, I forgot what label night it was, but I remember he played at Panel Bar for a couple of times. I saw him in the listings and I was like, oh my God, man, I would have loved to have gone. I would have loved to have gone to Panel Bar to see fucking Yves Tumor play in fucking Panorama Bar. Because I'd immediately imagine, because he's a black guy and there's not many people making that kind of song, music anyway, that black, it would be amazing because he'd attract all the like cool black people from Berlin who usually I don't really see because not everybody likes techno. So you'd see them all in Berghain. So that'd be amazing to kind of connect and see all these people that are kind of into the same stuff that I'm into. But we also, like, unfortunately, you know, we're in a kind of a bit of a niche. We're in our little kind of own little weird little bubble. But it'd be cool to meet other people that also like weirdo kind of music that I'm kind of into, right? Big up weirdo music. But I couldn't go. But now that I've seen this footage and this feedback and analysis of his performance, I'm now kind of happy that I didn't go. Because Jesus Christ, bro. Swedish House Mafia, Yves Tumor for some reason is DJing at these events. So it's not even like he's playing his own music to open up for Swedish House Mafia. He's DJing. Now, I would be okay. It would make sense if Yves Tumor was DJing and doing like EDM music, or if he just played prog rock in the beginning of the shows. Fuck it. Let's just set the show off with prog rock, because Swedish House Mafia are really going in a different direction in terms of their branding and messaging. Don't get me wrong, the music is still the music. It's really cheesy EDM, big room type of stuff. But you can see that Swedish House Mafia are going in a different direction when it comes to their presentation, their branding. They're trying to make themselves a little bit more eclectic. The music doesn't match up just yet, but I'm assuming we're going to see a very big shift in how they do music soon. Because I see their branding is kind of, you know, it's a bit more modern, minimalist, it's kind of cool. It's not as corny and lame. So they're definitely doing something. So maybe that's why they want Yves Tumor to kind of give them clout and cool points. Well, the fans were not happy. The fans were not happy about Yves Tumor's performance. But Yves Tumor himself wasn't happy. And he posted on his Instagram story the following. Big up the person on Reddit that posted this. He posted this on his fucking Instagram stories. And it made me laugh so fucking hard. Big up Yves Tumor.
If anybody's curious how the show went, I just got booed off stage for playing the best set of the night by a bunch of the corniest people I've ever seen in my fucking life. The city is truly hell on earth. I thought LA was bad.
So if you can't see this video, it looks like he's in his green room. It looks like he's in his green room or hotel room. And obviously he's kind of giving you a recap on how it went. And he said he got booed off. He got booed off. Usually this only happens to opening acts when it's like a really strange, like, opening act. Like, it happened to like, what's her fucking name? Happened to that artist, I forgot her name, rapper who was opening for Playboy Carti. But her music probably didn't match Carti's kind of vibe too much. But usually, fans don't boo you off. They might leave and not want to watch you, but they're just going to let you play. They're not going to be that much of a cunt. So if they decide to boo you, that definitely is an indication that you are really, really, really fucking bad if you got fucking booed.
I thought Berlin was bad. I thought.
Now I don't know what he's doing. He's throwing something. There's like a picture on the floor. I think of New York, I guess, and it's from the green room or something. And I don't know if he's throwing cake, a ball, a phone, but he's throwing something at the fucking picture every time he's talking. Obviously to emphasize that he hates New York now because he had a bad set.
Paris was bad. Berlin is definitely worse, but fuck.
Oh yeah, he said Berlin. Imagine how Berlin was. Imagine with Berlin people being the way they are about their music. Can you imagine how Berlin would have been? Can you imagine how Berlin would have been if you would have opened up playing what he opens up with? Like fucking crazy. So I'm not surprised the Berlin crowd didn't have it either.
Not her. I'm not gonna take it out on her. She was a gift from the French. If you know, you know.
You know what's really funny too, by the way, about this, right? I didn't, like, going back to what I heard, going back to the Berghain or Palama bar, I remember when Yves Tumor was on that listings, I didn't really hear much about it. You know, there wasn't much negative conversation around how bad his set was. I wonder what, maybe he played what, Pano bar, but I didn't really hear a lot of, even on the Berghain community Reddit, I didn't really hear people complaining much about Yves Tumor's set. No one really said anything. So I wonder how it actually went, because people didn't turn anything on Reddit at the time.
But like,
so he then posts a screenshot of his DMs, right? No, he screenshot of his notifications on Instagram, and it says here, screenshot: "These subhumans are already spamming my comments. That's how much they loved it. They had that much energy to search me. I truly love my stalkers." Somebody comments on one of his pictures: "That was disrespectful. Let's go, he's done." My favorite part was when he left. Somebody wrote in the comments, "Let's go, he's done." So they were probably outside somewhere, and he's like, hey, to his friend, "Hey, I know you're in the toilets. Come back. Let's go. He's finished. We can go back into the arena." Yo, that is so rude. It was so funny. It continues. We'll see another screenshot pop up now. Bear with me a second to Instagram story. Bada bada bing. And of course he decides to post the avatar of the people complaining. So I guess he's now saying the reason why people didn't like his set, not because he was bad opening act. The reason why people hated his set was because the people that are complaining are white and they're racist. Yves Tumor, come on, brother. Yves Tumor, come on, brother. You know I love you. I'm a big fan of your fucking music, honestly. I think I might have replayed that album, what is it, Heaven to a fucking Tortured Mind, a million fucking times. My favorite song on the album is Kerosene. I can fucking recite it word for fucking word, even though you're barely fucking audible in how you fucking sing and shit. Like, come on, brother. We know you love, we love you, but claiming everyone that hates you only hates you because they're racist, it's fucking crazy. That's some LSDXO shit. And then big up LSDXO. You know I love him as well. I'm a big fan of his. But he tried to run the same sort of shit when he was playing in Berghain. And I think he started playing like pop edits or pop tracks. And people were hating it, obviously, because it's Berghain, right? They're a little bit snobby and up their own arse to take things a bit too seriously. I get it. But they obviously don't like it. And he kept playing that sort of shit. And they kept giving him bad feedback. And then he just said, "Oh, it's because it's racist." I was like, come on, bro. You know, if anything, Berghain, in my opinion, as an outsider anyway, but I feel like they fetishize black people in there. Honestly, I feel like if you're gay or straight, you definitely get way more play. You definitely get way more play in Berghain than anywhere else because it's usually full of fucking Mundeles. It's full of the fucking Caucasians. So if you step in and you got a little bit of spice to your rice, you know what I mean? They're going to be down. So this idea that place is racist, especially because it's founded off of the back of the gay community, you know, maybe Berlin has this questionable relationship with race and stuff in different places, but I think the most tolerable place you can go to, in my opinion, aside from their very strict doll policy, which I don't think is racist either, but the most, you know, egalitarian, the most welcoming place you can be is probably Berghain. And, you know, LSDXO's out here saying, "Oh yeah, they only hated me because I was gay. They only hated me because I'm black. They only hated me because I'm that." It's like, brother, you can't say that. They just hated it because it's not appropriate to what you're playing. And with this guy, I have to be honest and say, I think he was kind of set up though. Because why are you getting Yves Tumor to open for you as a DJ? That's the wrong choice. I think if you would have opened as his, you know, artist moniker, as his band, whatever, he had have more chance to be successful. It still wouldn't work personally. Doesn't really make any sense, you know. It still wouldn't work. But I think he has more chance of being successful playing as, you know, his artist moniker, playing with a guitar, singing into a microphone, than he has playing his favorite tracks as a DJ. It's not gonna work, man. Like, I don't see any overlap between Yves Tumor and fucking Swedish House Mafia fans. Zero. They didn't even wear the same clothes. Like, I don't see it. Like, whoever booked him, his booker and his agent also did him dirty. Whoever Yves Tumor's booking agent is, they're the ones that really fucked him over, because he had no business, in my personal opinion, he has no fucking business playing, you know, as an opener for fucking Swedish House Mafia. That was fucking the wrong decision. Well, it got worse, because I'm sure you're wondering, Agostino, surely it can't be that bad, right? I'm sure some of you guys are wondering, oh, it's not that bad. You're overstating it. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Remember, right? Remember in your mind, or try to at least picture in your mind, right? Or at least kind of hum it to yourself, right? Try and hum it to yourself. Try and picture it in your mind. Do fucking something. Do fucking something out there and try to picture what fucking Swedish House Mafia music sounds like, right? Try and fucking picture what it sounds like. Then try and picture this type of music fitted into it. Whoa, you can see, look, you see the back. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to stop it, but you see the back of him. Look at the back, right? You can see a whole row of what looks like girls walking out. You can see them walking to the right. Look at the back. Look at the back of him, right? You'll see these silhouettes that look like girls walking that way, walking to the right. Oh my God. And you know what as well? I know he's sinking. I know he's drowning, because he's doing that thing that DJs do when you're drowning, when you're kind of struggling to find the next tune. You probably haven't prepared. You're regretting not preparing. You're doubting yourself. You're overthinking things when you're just staring at the fucking monitor. You're staring at the monitor, hoping something jumps up at you, a song choice for you to play. You just wait. You're sweating. Because I've been there plenty of times where you don't prepare. I usually always prepared, but there was some times, 1 or 2 times, where I kind of, you know, took the piss, walked in thinking I was going to just do whatever, and then you get there, you're like, oh shit, you know? You start sweating, you just got that look where you're just staring at the fucking screen thinking, please song, jump out at me and help me, jump and help me. But imagine that type of music being played before you listen to a Swedish House Mafia song or Swedish House Mafia set. It makes no fucking sense. Such a bizarre choice. And I remember, right? Who did I remember it for? I remember somebody told me once, right? Who was it? Who told me this? Who fucking told me this? No, sorry. Steezy. Big up Steezy. There's a YouTuber called Steezy, right? And I remember he was talking about opening DJs. That's it, yeah. He's got a recent video where he speaks about opening DJs, and he basically plays a clip of some guy being like, oh, if you're an opener, don't play 128 BPM music. Don't do this, don't do that. And Steezy kind of didn't really get it. He was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. That's a given. Why do people say these type of things? And I disagree, because I'm thinking, you know what? Yes, that guy on that video was being a bit snarky and being a bit of a cunt. But there is more people out there that do what Yves Tumor done than the people that just, you know, use their common sense. Because the general rule is, if you're opening for anybody, doesn't matter who it is, you usually just go in soft if you're opening for somebody. So if you're opening for a big DJ and you've got like the opening set from like 9 to 12, you don't go super hard. You're trying to prepare, you know, whatever, the fans, whoever's there, for the person that's coming after you, who's the main star. Usually as well, as a kind of, you know, as a given, you don't play any of their music, right? You kind of want them to play their own music, but you play music that's probably within their kind of, you know, ecosystem, that's within their fucking range, whatever it may be, within their fucking taste, within their genre. So the fans can get kind of hyped on what's to come. But there are a lot of DJs that don't do that. But I've noticed it's usually DJs who are a little bit more successful, who are maybe have a little bit more of a higher rep. Like, imagine if you're a DJ who probably probably shouldn't be opening for anybody, right? You should be trying to grind and get your name out there and get more like big sets and big slots. But you're doing what needs to be done to get yourself out there. Those type of DJs already don't feel like they belong there. They feel like they're better than that level of opening. So they sometimes develop a bit of an ego and pride. They're like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care. And they'll play what they want to play as a kind of a protest and as a way to maybe show the promoter that, yeah, look, I'm really good at what I do. But then you're not doing what you should be doing at the job. What the job is to open for the big act. But people don't like to do that for some reason. So the weird thing is, I think the better thing to do if you're going to try and hire an opening DJ is to hire a DJ that isn't that well known. Like a lower tier, like notoriety DJ. Not skill-wise, but notoriety or fame. Because that person is more willing or more able to abide by the rules or abide by the parameters and be like, yes, I'm going to play music that fits within this artist kind of area, genre. I'm not going to go too hard. I'm not going to go too fast. I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm not going to go too loud. And I'm going to prime the audience for this main star to come in. But nowadays, promoters probably are really struggling to make sure they sell tickets. So now what they're doing is that they're booking bigger people to open in the hopes that that opener can bring people in. Before in the past, openers were a chance for the band to put on some local acts. Like if you're a big band and you're playing in a fucking small city, whatever, or big city, you would pick an opener that's local from that city to obviously, maybe fill up the crowd, but also to give that local band or artist a chance to get famous, to blow. But nowadays, because people aren't selling tickets and things are fucking struggling all over the place, people are now using bigger artists to play as an opener in the hopes that they can also sell tickets. So it's just a ticket game, really, which is effectively ruining the enjoyment for the fans. Because I heard a lot of people say that Swedish House Mafia set or gig was not good. Now I'm wondering, was it not good because it wasn't good, or was it not good because Yves Tumor set a bad precedent? He started off a bit shaky, so it was hard for them to kind of pick it up because the room was flat and dead, and because other people left and then they came back later. Do you know what I mean? So the opening gig is really important. It doesn't look like it. It looks like fucking graveyard work or graveyard shift work. It looks fucking horrendous. You're usually playing to an empty fucking room. Imagine how it is in an arena, right? Imagine playing in an arena. Imagine playing in an arena as an opener, as a DJ. You're on stage by your fucking self. It's just you and the sound engineers and a couple of stands standing right at the front of the fucking gate who have probably got their back to you, right? Especially nowadays, these Gen Z kids, they're probably playing fucking, they probably got a retro Game Boy that they're playing and they're sitting with their back towards you, or they've got headphones or listen to a podcast as you're playing. But if you do it well, you can play a big part in people's listening experience and enjoyment of that fucking night. Because obviously, clearly, Yves Tumor did not do that for people. Yves Tumor did not do that for people. Well, he didn't get it. So he decided to post a bunch of screenshots of people and fans getting at him in the comments. And he decided to kind of fire back. So I did screen record some of this. I'm sure some of it's been deleted already because, I think he deleted a couple of stories. But I did screenshot a couple of stuff that he was saying on his fucking Instagram. So this is the Instagram story. He posted a flyer tonight at fucking, tonight, Yves Tumor. Lucas Abat also played. Wow, okay, he opened too. Oh, that's why they said he was really, okay, now I get it. I heard people say the first and second DJ were horrible. You see? So they obviously booked Lucas Abat and Yves Tumor as a way to try and get people to come. Because, they've got their own little, Lucas Abat's got his own fandom. Yves Tumor is a very reputable and well-known artist, and they want people to come in and obviously fill up the seats, but it didn't happen. So he posts a flyer, then he posts a comment section of people saying, the mean things to him, as you saw earlier. Then he posts the screenshots of the pit people. Then he continues. He continues posting screenshot. This is a DM he received from somebody. They say, "You fucking sucked, and I love your music. Really unfortunate," which I think is real and honest and true. You fucking suck, and I actually like your music. He posts a screenshot of a DM he received where somebody said, "I've had better DJs perform in my backyard. You should never step inside of a New York venue ever again. That was a disgrace. All of us listening will never get those 45 minutes of pain and suffering back." Yo, big up Ricky Pictures for the super chat. Big up Ricky Pictures for the super chat. Scaring the hose. Exactly. Scaring the hose. Actually, weirdly enough, they probably booked Lucas Sabat to attract some of the hoes, and then Yves Tumor did his best, did his best effort to scare the hoes. Brilliant combo, isn't it? Brilliant back-to-back combo. Lucas Sabat attracts the hoes, Yves Tumor scares the hoes. Love it. And then Yves Tumor quote tweeted or put a little caption over that DM. And didn't hide the person's name, by the way. I love that. Didn't hide the person's name. It said, huge compliment, especially coming from someone with not a small penis, no offense, but also no profile pic, or as I like to call them, submans or incels for short, right? So he's calling everyone that doesn't like his scent incel. If you don't like Yves Tumor, you're an incel, you're a racist. Somebody posted a fucking voice note. I want to hear this voice note. Whoever this person was, right? Whoever you are that DM'd Yves Tumor, please send me that fucking voice note. I want to hear it. But they DM'd Yves Tumor and said, I agree on everything. After taking photos of the hello for almost 4 years, I can say that most of the people in the crowd are just bad. Even my camera picked up the energy last night. I don't know if I even want to post the pictures from the crowd. Ah, okay. This person's glazing him. This person's glazing. You fucking sucked and I love your music. Really unfortunate. He posted a screenshot. Tony. Somebody says I was in a crowd. It was all white people. Keep doing your thing. So it's a mix. Let me fast forward a little bit here. He posted another screenshot of somebody saying something. I don't know who. Somebody DM'd the Swedish House Mafia Instagram account. I don't know who you got opening, but they are some hot ass. So someone's DM'd Swedish House Mafia directly, and they're posting some of the screenshots too. Another person, who's this? Alexander Wesley says New York, Astor Arena, cool venue, very steep stage, center, sold out in 30 minutes. I'm sorry that was fucked up. You killed it. Me and the guys loved it. Okay, so that's the agent, but you can't post that as support. Come on, Yves Tumor. You can't be bragging that your agent loved it. Come on, man. Come on. You can't be bragging that your agent loved it. Of course your agent loved it. Come on. Let's fast forward a bit there. You see that? You see that? Let me actually see, where's it? Ashe Stadium in Queens. Let me actually check the Instagram location and see if we can get it. Let me go Ashe, what's it? Ashe Arthur. Ashe Arthur? Is that what it's called again? Arthur Ashe, sorry. Arthur Ashe Stadium. Let's go Instagram location and see if we can find it. And then I want to see if somebody posted a video clip of what it looked like. Because so far, the other pictures I've seen of it were horrendous. Absolutely horrendous of his set. There we go. For Ashe. So yeah, the US Open was there. According to the pictures I got on the screen, the US Open took place there too. So yeah, interesting arena. So let's check some of these videos. I want to see what the Swedish House Mafia did actually in there. And I'm not gonna lie, right? This sounds like the easiest opening gig to do. These are like big room EDM artists, legendary in their field. The music isn't not for me personally, but I think a competent DJ could kill this easy. It's not that difficult to do, essentially. It's really not that difficult to play like warm-up EDM music for a group of an arena full of people who want to hear Swedish House Mafia. It's not that difficult. So the fact that Yves Tumor messed it up says more about him, really. 20,000 people singing along to Don't You Worry Child. Come on, man. There's nothing about Yves Tumor that is like that song, man. Nothing about Yves Tumor screams, Don't You Worry Child. He's got no song in his discography that even comes close to those bangers. Like, again, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but they've got undeniable bangers. Finally, what is it? Moth to a Flame, Greyhound, Wait So Long, Heaven Takes You Home. Come on, brother. Red Light. Like, does Yves Tumor have a single record that has the amount of plays that those records probably have, or fucking awards and shit. It's a bad choice for opener. So as much as I want to rag on Yves Tumor, I don't think it's his fault. He should have never been booked to open for fucking Swedish House Mafia as a fucking, you know, as an opener. It makes no sense. Like, I don't know. He's a rock star in a conventional sense. They are EDM superstars. It doesn't make any sense, really. But hey, what do I know? More pictures there. There's people at the stadium, I think, right? I don't know why his sounds isn't playing for some reason. But it doesn't matter. Let's continue. Cool. Let's continue. More pictures of people in there. We got any more opening things? No more opening pictures. But yeah, the stadium looked pretty cool though. The production looks really fucking cool. I like how at the top where the ring is, they've got those like screens, probably projecting it onto a. I think it's probably a cloth or some sort of material around that little circle. That's really fucking cool. I love how they did that. Because the pictures also look a bit grainy. They look a little bit overexposed and shit, or contrasty. That's a really cool idea. Oh, look at that. Looks like a fire pit in the middle there, doesn't it? Bloody hell, man. Live shows now, they're not fucking playing when it comes to live shows. I don't know why I can't hear people's sets there, but hey, why can't I hear that? I don't know. Maybe they turned it off. Another video. Any more videos here? Nope. Comments. I think I've seen them do this before, by the way. This is really cool, though. I've seen them do this before. I think they have the DJ booth set up in a circle. I quite like that because there's obviously 3 of them in a group. So they kind of all rotate around. So I kind of like how they do that. They've got a the DJ booth set up in this fucking circle. It's such a sick design. Or stage production shit. So anyway, you get the gist. You get the gist of what happened there. Let me see some more stuff. I think that might be it for now. And then we're going to quickly check out Yves Tumor's Instagram one last time to see while going there. Maybe, did he leave some of the reviews up? I'm not just sure if he left some of the reviews up on there. But let's see. Yves Tumor. Let's see if his Instagram, if he left some of the reviews up on his Instagram or if he deleted them. I think he posted the latest picture. But let's go through his stories. Any update on that? Hope this helps. Oh, this is the best policy. Cool. Let's go through. Let's see. 386. Okay, cool. He's unlike. Okay, are there comments there? Okay, cool. He's got comments open on one post. It looks like. Okay, there he goes. You have a great career ahead of you if you're blind and deaf. They're coming after him. All the Swedish House Mafia fans. The Swedish House Mafia fans are on his ass. You have a great career if you're blind and deaf. What's happened? I'm so confused. Why are you getting so much hate right now, for real? The fuck? Someone says he opened for Swedish House Mafia and that trash that listens to EDM didn't like it. That's it. You're not Kanye, someone says. If you actually listen to Yves Tumor music, you know the vibe. Such a great artist. I don't think it was the right person to open for Swedish House Mafia, but if we can take away the fact that the man is talented, creates dope house sounds. Yeah, I agree with that one. Respectfully, never run a set again. Not even a real artist. Cannot handle criticism and blames it on racism. Never play anything anywhere ever again. Come back. I was just starting to enjoy it. Okay, I listened to his Spotify. It's pretty good. I just think Yves needs to work on his DJ set. Exactly. Really and truly, like, as somebody as talented as him as a DJ, or so as an artist, DJing should be really easy. It's really strange that he seems to find it hard, or maybe he doesn't find it hard. He just wants to play what he wants to play, which I think comes from the confidence of being a proper artist. Because he's a proper artist, he doesn't feel like he should be playing to the crowd. But I think when you're an opener, you're in the customer service business. You're in there to kind of service the crowd and kind of warm up their night. You're not there for yourself. So, which is obviously counterintuitive to being an artist where you're kind of performing your own shit. I can confirm that all the alcohol in the entire stadium sold out after that set. The things I could do to hear you live. This is the reaction that I'm hearing, bruh. I'm watching your horrible music ruin the Swedish House Mafia concert. Please give up this craft. Jesus Christ. Is this the same person that performed as an opener for Swedish House Mafia? Because I'm looking at the tracks online and it doesn't sound like the garbage that was played there. Who performed there? Exactly. The people are confused. So what's going on? Is Yves Tumor the real you? Or is that DJ set the real you? Another one. Boo. LMFAO, you literally did this for this right here. I'm laughing. This had to be a stunk. This had been stunk. There is no way that was a real DJ set. I've been DJing for 28 years. I know what it sounds like. But then unfortunately, my friend, DJ LO official, the unfortunate nature of the industry is this. Let's say we believe you and you have been DJing for 28 years. I don't think you've been DJing 28 years trying to make it. You've probably been DJing 28 years learning, right? But let's say you've been trying to make it for 28 years. The really unfortunate part of the industry is this, DJ LO official. You've been DJing for 28 years, but Yves Tumor hasn't DJed at all for that long. And look where he's playing. Look at the sets. Look at the platforms. Look at the places. Look at the venues that he's playing at. And he's a garbage DJ. Garbage. That's a problem. Because nowadays people want to sell. They want to sell tickets. They don't really want someone on to. So what they should have done, Swedish House Mafia, is got someone that complements their sound. Either held an open contest or something, right? Or selected somebody on SoundCloud who made a really good edit. Probably that person could DJ also. And had them play for them. And they would have killed it. Instead, they picked somebody who they thought they could sell good tickets off the back of. And look what happened. It fucking fucked it. Love the set, someone says here. This must be the worst set in history. I've never seen a response for this like this from people. After seeing this opening performance, I had to come see what your page is about. Music ain't for you, bud. Maybe retail or something. Bro cannot handle criticism from the EDM community. Don't listen to the bullies. They're just projecting. The least cool people found out about Yves Tumor, League of Cornball. Bro out here blaming the crowd when you can't read what you play, then throwing a fit after. Deleted the other post with all the honest feedback from your booed off performance last night. Really mature. Oh, so there was another post. There was another post that he deleted. So this is a recent post that he uploaded or that he left on there. Ah, okay. So he must have deleted or turned off the comments on the other post, which is why people are coming in heavy on this one. I can still hear the high-pitched frequency this morning. That was torture, especially getting butt hurt at the end of getting taken out the set. Oh yeah, that was the thing, by the way, to make this story even worse. His set got cut short. The people were booing so much, they cut his set short, which is usually the worst review you can get as a DJ, right? You've got a set, it's 2 hours long, 1 hour long, and someone cuts it short. Because you're like killing the crowd. You're scaring the hoes, as fucking Ricky Pitcher said, so badly that they cut your set early. That's fucking brutal. That's fucking brutal. That's fucking brutal. Some more here. Breaking news, Swedish House Mafia had a tumor removed during their performance at Ashe Stadium. All 3 members survived. Thankfully, audience members only suffered temporary hearing damage from the brash frequencies and the complete lack of awareness. Coming from somebody who always applauded by others for my music taste, you're one of my favorite artists of all time. I don't know any other artist with this creativity and eccentricity. You were the star of that show. I'm sorry that others didn't see it that way. Please never do that shit again. White noise isn't music. They hated it, bro. To play devil's advocate, I think he went a little too experimental for the crowd, which was more mainstream, big room. That's a negative reaction. But yeah, probably this wasn't my cup of tea. And I can feel his pain. I remember once, I think that was my most highest DJ gig ever, still to date. I went and played a DJ set at this hostel. There's a hostel in like central London that I played at, right? And I should have known, but I was dumb. I should have actually went there myself and kind of scoped the environment, see what it's like. Maybe gone to a rave on the previous night to kind of get a lay of the land. But I unfortunately listened to the fucking owner, the manager, sorry. And I don't think you should ever listen to managers. Go there yourself because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, right? But I listened to the manager and he said, yeah, just come and play house. And I think I quoted him. He didn't know what price to charge me, so I said 300 quid. And he just gave it to me, right? Like I was like, and I probably didn't even deserve that 300 quid. But it was the highest gig I've ever played, so I felt even more responsible to play a good set because I was getting paid so quote unquote much. I pulled up to this fucking hostel to go play. They had it's a youth hostel that also had a bar, type of vibe. I went to go play my house set. I brought with me Omar S, Kerry Chandler songs, Mr. Fingers, house music. And obviously, as I started playing, the crowd just was not having it. And they kept quoting all these people to play. Like, all these EDM people basically. And I couldn't work it out. And then halfway through I worked out, I was like, oh, they mean like house, EDM house. Like that type of big room house. Not what I'm playing now. They mean like Mal P type of shit. And I was playing like Chicago house and it went so badly. Like, I think that was a set I got taken off early. I think I meant to play for 4 hours. I only played for 2. And I got told to go home. And I still got paid though, luckily. I still got paid. They probably shouldn't have paid me, but I still got paid. But I remember going back home feeling really yucky that I took that money. I felt disgusting. I was like, Jesus Christ. I took their 300 quid and I played one of the worst sets I've ever played in my entire life. All because I didn't really understand where I was going. I kind of listened, plainly to the manager. I didn't do my own research and shit. I kind of fucked up. But honestly, there's nothing. The only thing worse, I think, than playing the incorrect set in a particular room is probably going to going to your first day at work in a fucking suit and you're not meant to be in a suit, that type of thing. Or turning up to school. Remember in school when there was non-school uniform day? The only thing worse and more embarrassing than playing a bad set in a club because you didn't really catch the vibe of the room is like going to school and forgetting it's non-school uniform day and having a uniform, and you being the only kid in your uniform. And like, honestly, fucking hated it. It continues. Take that disrespectful story off about NYC. Everyone in their comments was terrible taste in music. What the fuck are these comments? You disrespected the house music culture last night. I hope you don't play in NY anymore. A bunch of mayonnaise babies are pressed. I'm secretly hoping the speakers fall on you while you're forced to listen to your set. Wow, that's a bit aggressive, isn't it? I secretly hoping the speakers fall on you. Sell all your equipment. You DJ like a tumor. Sucks so bad I actually had to look it up and make sure it wasn't a troll. No wonder Berlin, LA and everywhere else he flops. You fell off. Also, the way you take criticism is sad. God damn it, man. They were not happy. And obviously the comments as well on the Reddit post said the same sort of thing as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? One of the only times I've seen an artist get booted was when I saw the dude from Korn doing a solo jazzy thing. It wasn't Jonathan Davis who got booed, rather the opener who did some dude playing some weird stuff. The guy finished his set, bowed and walked off the stage. Immediately walked right back on because he was the one led the musicians. Fucking hell. Anecdotal, but the only time I saw Yves Tumor live was at Bonnaroo, and he spent the set yelling at the photographers and video people saying they could do better pictures than them. Shit. Okay, so he's a bit of a diva live then, isn't it? I mean, I've caught some shows where the opener seemed out of place genre-wise, though in my experience they either won the crowd over if they were unfamiliar, the crowd was mostly familiar and dug it, or the crowd was really respectful and even if they didn't vibe with it. Exactly. That's what I've seen too. I've seen people not vibe with an opening person play, but it is what it is. To have a crowd actively boo the opener, surely they mustn't have given an outright bad set performance or the crowd just sucked. Yeah, this was an intentional move from Yves. I don't know if it was to get attention online, but this is what you play in the basement show, not opening for Swedish House Mafia. Okay, is there a post here? Let's see. Swedish House Mafia opener NYC was not well received. Let's see here. Okay. Fucking hell, listen to this. Honestly, Yves Tumor is fucking psychotic. This is what he played to open for Swedish House Mafia. If you're opening for Blade, right? If you're opening for Blade, I get it. If you're opening for fucking Young Lean, I get it. If you're opening for Fake Mink, right? I get it. This type of shit would work. Honestly, this would work. But opening for Swedish House Mafia, this is not gonna rock, bro. By the way, what a great way to make money, innit? What a great way to make money. He doesn't look like he gives a single fuck. And remember, right? This Ashe Arena place, right? Look at it. Let's go back to the Instagram stories. This Ashe Arena place, right? What's it called? Ashe. No, Arthur Ashe, right? This Arthur Ashe Arena. If you remember, when we checked it out on the stadiums here on the recent list, right? Look at how it looks. Like, that's a big room, but it's also, he's right in the middle. So, right, so that's the middle of the stage. He's right there. He can see a 360 view of that stadium. So he can tell that no one's liking it. And he's still just playing what he's playing. Do you know the balls? Do you know how big your balls have to be to play in a stadium like that, right? Look, with all those people around you and not give a flying fuck. They're walking away. They clearly look bored. They're making faces. They may be putting a middle finger up at you. They're mouthing things. And he doesn't give a fuck. That's kind of goals. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of goals. That's kind of goals. He really doesn't care. He's just playing this. Wow, look at the caption. When the opener for Swedish House Mafia was so bad the crowd cheered when the sound guy cut the music. That was the loudest cheer the entire set, was when they cut his music. Ouch. He's literally scaring the hoes. You hear that girl scream? He's literally scaring the hoes. You hear that girl scream? She literally ran away. Honestly, what a good way to make money, man. What a good way to make money. What a good way to make money, man. Fuck. You just don't give a fuck, bro. You just turn up, and also it gives you more attention. You go viral a bit. Maybe that bumps up your salary. Oh, I couldn't take it personally. I don't have the inner strength. I don't have the lack of cringe and shame to do that. I would cave and play some good music. You know, I'd cave. Okay, here you go. Here's some EDM. Fuck. Honestly, what a fucking king. What a fucking king. The comments. Out of all the hundreds and thousands of festivals I've attended, I've never seen something like this. People in the crowd covering their ears because it was painful and then booing until the DJ finally left. Genuinely, what the fuck is this? Is this what people think EDM sounds like? Sounds actually great. Who is this? Anyone know who? Was that technical difficulties or his music? I thought he was trolling for the first few minutes, then he just kept going. That's a good troll though. Heard it was Travis Scott. Genius, says Hudmo. Should have put me on a Spotify crossfade. At first I thought, well, that's rude, and then I turned the volume on. Yeah, exactly. That Australian person. I think this is it for me. I've tried to stay positive about the DJ scene and culture over the last few years, but this generally has made me upset. How on earth did this guy have the pleasure and privilege to open for Swedish? How? Such a shame and disrespect for the art. That's the problem though. Like, the problem is twofold. The problem is that Swedish House Mafia, despite them selling as many records as they've sold, being a legendary fucking group, act, whatever they are, right? They are still worried that they can't sell tickets. We live in an era where Swedish House Mafia have to pad up their lineup. Because really and truly, I think they don't even need the opener. They don't need an opener. They should just have their fucking, you know, songs that kind of sound similar to them playlists on Spotify, play it through the speakers. They don't need to have an opener, in my personal opinion. But they have an opener because even Swedish House Mafia can't guarantee that they'll sell enough tickets to make this fucking venture, this tour fucking, you know, beneficial, whatever it may be called, right? So they have to fill up the lineup. But then they don't put people on who can play what they are about. So they fill it up with people who they think will also sell tickets or will also kind of attract a crowd. So that's why they book an Yves Tumor. Be like, okay, cool, you come through. But then obviously he can't DJ. He's obviously not good at it, or he doesn't have to read a room, whatever it may be, and it falls flat. So it's a twofold problem. They don't really, you know, nowadays in the industry too, there's no such thing as like booking talent, you know? No one does that anymore. People book based on clout. They book based on followers, engagement. No one books based on ability anymore. So unfortunately, the girl or guy, the date or them who could have done this, unless they got good numbers somewhere, no one gives a fuck. You know, nobody gives a fuck. He's just playing hard techno, lols. I was prepared to say no to the opening act should be treated poorly, but that was something else. I say that as somebody that loves lots of hard and experimental music, up-tempo, hard techno, hard style, hardcore. That just was not it for the crowd at all. What the heck is this? Someone says. Oh, truly the worst experience I've ever had. And I'm always the first to say that I can respect halfway decent music. He was literally trolling us, the crowd. Kept turning the sound up to the point that it was painful and then stopping the music. Then tried doing a SpongeBob call and repeat more than half a dozen times. Dude crashed the fuck out after he was told to get off the stage because he decided to go full bare ass cheeks out all over the... Really? He mooned people. He got bare ass cheeks on the fucking new CDJs. What? What? Okay. Fair play. Fair fucking play. Fair fucking play. Big up Yves Tumor. Big up Blood Clot Yves Tumor. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it.